You give me five minutes of focus. Give me 5 minutes of focus. Welcome to your 5-minute focus. Today's scripture is going to be coming from James 2. We're going to look at the 17th verse. This month we are talking about faith. And over the last couple of years, I can honestly say that faith, like my faith, has been tested. So I know for sure that yours has been tested as well. And it's so important for us to make sure that we are keeping the word in the forefront of our minds, keeping the word before us, because it's rough out here. And it really is. It's rough out here in these streets. So if you don't have a solid foundation in your faith, it can be easy to be or to fall into the traps that the enemy has set. It can be so easy to do that this day and time. So James 2:17 actually gives us insight on kind of how to activate our faith. And it says, even so, faith, if it hath not works, is dead being alone. Faith without works is dead being alone. And I was like, okay, so what's something else we can kind of compare this to? And it's almost like, the saying where you say, if you don't work, you don't eat. It's almost like saying, put up or shut up. Like, if you're not gonna put in the work, like, don't, you shouldn't be talking. Like, if you're not gonna work and do your part in this, like, I don't want to hear anything about, I don't want to hear anything about it. So the Bible is talking to us here, encouraging us to not just rely on our faith. Like, don't just rely on prayer. Don't just rely on your confessions or the things that you speak out of your mouth. It's not saying do not do those things. It's saying there is a marriage between the two. Like, you've got to have faith, but you also have to have works. It's just like, if I want my house to be clean, if I want, when I walk in, if I want the carpet to be clean, if I want the restrooms to be, to be usable, like I want them to look nice, I want, everything to sort of be in its rightful place, then I've got to do the work for that. I can't just walk in and say, now faith, let my house be clean. Like, that would be nice, but I can't say that. I've got to put in the work. And if I'm not going to do the work myself, I got to put somebody else to the work for it and pay them for it. But the point is, like, we've got to put some sort of action in place in order to make it happen. We can't just talk about it. That was the other one I was trying to think of. Talk about it, don't talk about it, don't be talk about it and be about it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But faith without works is dead. We have got to put action with our faith. And a lot of times, especially when we are trying to walk according to God's will, a lot of times we forget about the action steps. We forget to actually make a plan for those things. We also sometimes forget that we actually have to do something. After you get up off of your knees in prayer, you should also ask God, what steps do I need to take next in order to make this happen? What exactly do I need? How do I need to position myself in order for this to work? Yes, there are things that, God would take full control of, and you realize that you started to do something and God had already mapped out the steps for you. But God blesses the work of our hands. The scripture talks to us about that. He blesses the work of our hands. So that means that no matter what the situation is, we need to be found doing something. And when we do it, we have to do it as unto the Lord. And so today, what I want to do is just encourage you in your faith as you are walking out the things that God has called you to. Do not get discouraged. Do not get weary. As you are believing worshiping and praying and fasting, or whatever you're doing to seek God for the more that you desire in your life, make sure that you're also putting those action steps in place, because your faith without your works is dead. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to move until you pair that faith with your works and then watch God do the rest. And this has been your 5-minute focus.